Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today your girl had a little bit of time. I did my makeup. I did my mama proud because my mom was always like, Tosh, what is up? What is this? What is this? Do your makeup, girl. So I did my makeup, mom. This is for you. No, but really, Chloe was at school and Kalia was taking a nap, so I had some time to do my makeup. But anyways, today I wanted to actually talk about my birth stories with both my girls. I've been seeing like people posting about their experience with their children, like how it went. So I thought I would do a video because I guess for me, my story was pretty traumatic actually with Chloe, and then with Kalia, complete opposite. So by now Chloe is 3 years old. Kalia is almost 1 year old. She'll be 1 year old in like 3 days, which is crazy to me. Like, time really does fly by so fast. Sorry if you hear my baby in the back, she's up now. But anyways, with Chloe, it started with a false alarm. So I was at home one day. I would say it was about 4 days before my due date. I went to the hospital, checked in. I was having cramps like maybe half an hour apart, so I was like, I think I'm going into labor. Like, I had no idea because this is my first child. So went to the hospital and they checked me out. My contractions went away and they're like, bye girl, you gotta go back home. Bruh. So I went back home. I was trying so hard to put myself into labor, like active labor, because I was over it. I mean, like any pregnant woman will tell you, you're so over it by that point. And when you're 40 weeks, you want this baby out of you and you just want to get this show going, you know what I mean? So we were at home and I was trying everything. Like, I tried eating pineapple, which I don't think really worked, but I mean, if you want to try it, it's just pineapple, whatever. It's just gonna give you heartburn like crazy, but go ahead and try it. I got a yoga ball and I bounced on the yoga ball the entire day. Like, no joke, I bounced on it all day. Tried walking, I tried like eating spicy food because someone at work said, oh, try eating spicy food, it'll put you into labor. And I don't exactly remember why I would, but I basically tried everything I could because I was over this pregnancy. So I was bouncing around in the ball and I was getting contractions. I started going into labor, I would say around 3 or 4 o'clock is when I started going into labor that day, and I couldn't really tell if it was active labor or baby, come, don't eat that. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my baby my baby took my beauty blender and I don't know how she got it and she just ran away. So anyways, I'm back. So it started 3 or 4 o'clock on the 9th, and I didn't want it to be a false alarm again. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just wait it out until I can't take it anymore. And just so, because as a first time mom, having already gone to the hospital and getting denied, and you get discouraged a little bit, you know, because they tell you you're not in labor, it's just Braxton Hicks, that's what it's called. When I was going through these pains the second time, I was like, oh, I don't know if this is real, because it wasn't consistent contractions, it was inconsistent. So everyone was telling me, my doctors and just everyone that I knew, that I talked to about labor and what it would feel like, they would tell me like, oh, it's it'll be 5 minutes apart, and you'll just know you're in labor because it'll be 5 or 10 minutes apart, exactly 7 minutes apart. Don't believe that, because for me, for both girls, that was not the case. I had the most inconsistent contractions ever. I swear, it was like 5 minutes, and then 12 minutes, and then 2 minutes, and then 10 minutes, 7 minutes. I mean, you get the idea. But it was all over the place, 20 minutes apart, and that was for both my girls. So I guess it just depends on your body. On every woman is different, right? So 3 or 4 o'clock all the way until like maybe 9 o'clock that evening, and I was in so much pain. I told my boyfriend, I was like, I need to know, because I don't want to go to the hospital, go to the doctor and get rejected again and have them tell me that I'm not dilating. I didn't, that didn't change, my cervix isn't changing. So I was like, let's Google how to tell if you're dilated. So we literally went on Google. We Googled how to check if you're dilated, and someone suggested or said that you can try to put on a glove. You can try and put on a glove and check for yourself. So, baby, no! I don't know how this is the second beauty blender. I gotta hide these. Look what she did. Look what she did. Can you guys see that? You see that? She bit it. She's teething right now. She's 11 months old. She's gonna be 1 year old, and anyways, don't leave your beauty blenders around, girls. This is what happens when you're a mom. Not many people know this story, but so anyways, my boyfriend put on his gloves, and it was like something like 2 fingers means you're 2 centimeters. 3 fingers is like 3 centimeters, 4 is 4 centimeters, and so on and so on. So that's what we did. He put on the gloves, and it shows you how to go up there and check how dilated you are. So we did that. He stuck his hand up there. Baby, say hi. He stuck his hand up there, and as soon as he did that, he pulled out his hand, and he was like, babe, I just felt the baby's head. I think I just felt Chloe's head. And I was like, oh my god, we gotta go to the doctors now. Like, I'm gonna go into labor now. Like I'm gonna give birth here on the freaking bed. Like, we gotta go to the doctors. We were prepared, like, because of the false alarm earlier, a few days earlier. We had our bags packed. We had the car seat ready to go. So we were prepared. So we jumped in the car. My poor dog is left there in the apartment. I'm like, bye, Crixie boy. His name's Crixus. I'm like, bye, Crixie. We'll be back. Little did he know, like, that would change his life forever. So we get to the doctor's. We check in. It's about 11 p.m. I find out, like, my doctor told me he was going to be on vacation. My OBGYN. He told me he was going to be on vacation, but I don't think I was thinking clearly when I tried to put myself into labor. Like, I forgot that little bit of information. Oh, hey, your OBGYN that you've been seeing for almost 10 months is not going to be on island during this week, so maybe not try and force yourself into labor. Yeah, no, that didn't cross my freaking mind. So the nurses there were so sweet. This is at Kapiolani in Honolulu, Hawaii. You're at 4 centimeters. Your contractions aren't within 5 minutes or something like that. So we may need to send you home. And I almost broke down, because I was like, there's no way I can handle this pain at home. There's no way. I got to this point, so just take care of me. And that's what I was thinking. Like help me, don't send me back home. There's nothing I can do at home. There's Crixus at home. So they were like, okay, well, if the pain's really bad, we can try and give you epidural, but you have to try and walk it out so that your cervix can start opening. You can start dilating more faster, And they sent me to the 2nd floor. It's like the labor and delivery floor. And they're like, hey, you gotta go walk around. So I start walking around just the hallway, just walking in a big circle, like a miserable circle, because I'm just in so much pain, walking around, trying to dilate, trying to get into more pain, basically, so I can get this baby out of my body. My boyfriend comes up, and he's walking around with me, and he's trying to help me, rubbing my back, being super supportive. And he's like, babe, are you okay? Do you want your mom? And I was just like, yes, I want my mommy. Like about to cry. I think I think if I remember correctly, you could only have like one person at a time up there with you. So I was like, yeah, can I get my mom, please? Like, I really need her. My mom gets up there and she's like, you're okay, honey. Just, you know, you can do it. You're strong. You know, she's so supportive, my mom. So she was like, you can do it, babe. You can do it. You got this. You're strong. You're strong, girl. My little IV hanging, like, poor little me, like, barely walking around the hallway, trying to get more dilated, trying to go more into labor. We come around the corner, right, and there's like a check-in desk in the labor and delivery floor. So we go around the corner, and as soon as I turn the corner, all I see is a bunch of nurses pushing this woman on a wheelchair, like running with the woman on the wheelchair, pushing her, and she has her legs spread eagle, spread wide open, screaming at the top of her lungs. And guess what was going on? She was giving birth. Oh my gosh, there was a freaking, excuse my language, there's a freaking head. There was a head coming. She was wearing a skirt. There was a head coming out of her vagina. Like, she was crowning. She was at the point of crowning already. That's what they call it. That's the term. For someone who's about to go and do the same thing basically and give birth, that's not what you want to see. Like, that was the worst case scenario. As soon as I turned that corner, I just saw her screaming bloody murder, like, and I looked down and I can't help it. Her legs are wide open. I looked down, the baby's head coming out of her vagina. Like, oh my God, I was freaking out. Kalia, say hi. Say hi, baby. I'm gonna have to be a mom and breastfeed. Yes, I am breastfeeding and filming my YouTube video. This is normal. So anyways, so I see that and I'm just thinking, like, there's no way. Like, I'm about to die. I don't know what to think. I was just like, that's it. I give up. They're gonna have to cut this baby out of me because I can't go through that. That looks so... She looks like she was in excruciating pain. But you can't just request to have C-section, right? There's conditions or reasons why you need to have a C-section. You can't just request it. I start walking out more and I was getting so much in my head. The worst was gonna happen. I think everybody kind of has that fear. Unless you've been there, done that. I think as a first-time mom, you have that fear of the unknown. You don't know what's gonna happen. Everybody can give their advice and you can look up everything in the world, but everyone's experience is gonna be different. You're gonna have your own experience. This is just my experience. I walk around a little bit more and they recheck my cervix to see if I dilated more, and I'm thinking, I guarantee dilated like a couple centimeters, right? That's what you think. I did all this walking, and they go to check me and they're like, oh, congratulations, you dilated half a centimeter. And I'm just thinking, no, they can give you the epidural and check you in. So I'm like, all right, great, perfect, get the epidural running because I can't take this pain anymore. They check me into a room, and no one can be in the room when you're getting the epidural injection. So it's just you, I think the nurse and the anesthesiologist. You have to grab a pillow. So you hold a pillow and you kind of crunch over like this. I can't show you because, you know, I'm breastfeeding, but you hold onto a pillow, you crunch over like this, and you have to put your chin to your chest in like the fetal position. And they stick this long ass needle in your lower back, in your spine basically, right? As soon as they did that, as soon as I felt the needle, I had instant regret. Like, what the hell am I doing? I should have just took the damn pain. Like that shot, sorry, that shot really hurt. That couple of seconds was more painful than my whole like pre-labor experience. But after But after I was done with getting the shot, and they inject you with the epidural and all that, you feel great. You're like in heaven, right? You just floating, you're high, it's awesome because you don't have the pain anymore, right? My in-laws show up, and my mom, my dad, everybody comes into the room. Oh, okay, it's gonna be a couple more hours, and then I'll have my baby here. It's not exactly how it works. It was, let's see, by that time I'd say it was about 1 or 2 in the morning on the 10th. They were giving me epidural until about 3 or 4. At about 3 or 4, so about a day later, the epidural ran out. And I knew it ran out because I started feeling all of my contractions. Every single contraction I started to feel. And I was in so much pain, I just like slouched over the side rail of the bed, and I just tried to concentrate on my breathing, which is what they tell you, but I was just begging for epidural. I was like, give me epidural, please, epidural. I just kept saying epidural. I've never said it so many times in my life, but I was kept saying it over and over and over again, because that's the only words that I could get out of my mouth at the time, because it wore off and I started feeling everything. And my mom and my boyfriend was just telling me, it's okay, it's coming, don't worry, the epidural is coming up, it's coming, just relax, breathe, you can do this, and later on I found out they just told me that to ease my mind. I felt full pain. I felt all the contractions for 2 hours, right? I felt every single thing. So for 2 hours I was going through everything, epidural wore off, all that was happening. At the same time, the doctor checked in with me, my backup doctor, because remember my doctor was on vacation, but he was supposed to return that day. So my backup doctor, Dr. Unknown, we'll just call her because we don't want to blast her all over YouTube. She was honestly really rude. She came in there and was like, hi, my name's Dr. Unknown, and all right, this is the blah 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 blah, this is the steps, and this is what's gonna happen, and explaining everything, not really having sympathy for me for being in labor, for not having my original doctor there, just like no empathy for me, no sympathy. And I got like a really bad vibe off of her. The nurses, again, were great. The Kapilani nurses, I loved. They were so awesome. After 2 hours, I felt like I had to push. Like I felt like, you just feel like you gotta take the biggest dump. That's the only way I can put it. You feel so much pressure down there, like you just gotta get it out of your body. That's exactly how you feel. So friend goes and gets a nurse and is like, can we check if her water broke? And the nurse, again, they're sweet, but one nurse came in and she checked me, and she was like, no, she didn't, her water didn't break, she's fine. Oh no, you're fine, your water didn't break, you're fine, whatever. And then my boyfriend goes to check me, and he's like, he looks down there, he's like, babe, I swear your water broke, like there's water everywhere, there's liquid everywhere down there. He goes and calls somebody. He's like, I think her water broke, can you check please? This is just 2 minutes after someone checked, right? So they come back in and they check me, and they're like, oh crap, her water did break. So all the nurses rush in, and they start prepping, right? They prep you with those stirrups. Is that what it's called? I don't know. Those things that you put your feet on when you go to get a pap smear. You spread your legs open. So they pull that up. They get everything ready. And they're like, okay. It's like go time. It's so fast. Like go. They're like, okay, put your legs up. Open up. Basically, and I have my in-laws and my parents there, and so I'm like, babe, the guy's gotta go, you know. Like, I know everyone is like, oh, you're not gonna care, but yeah, no, I don't want my dad and my father-in-law to see all that down there. Like, they can wait. Dr. Unknown comes in, right? And she's like, okay, let's go, we gotta get ready to push. And I remembered watching a YouTube video and someone saying that they use this like tug-of-war method. So it's like you hold a shirt, one side of a shirt, and your other half, or someone holds the other side of the shirt, and you kind of pull, right? They pull, you pull, you pull. When you push, you pull. So when you pushing, you're pulling the shirt, and it's supposed to help you push the right way, right? So, and I think it helps you push faster because my baby was out in 15 minutes basically. So, but for 10 minutes I was pushing using the tug-of-war method, and then her head, she was crowning, her head was out, and she was there for 5 more minutes before I pushed her out. Like, she fully came out, and when she came out, she was purple. So I don't know if she was just like, she was stuck there, like she couldn't breathe, but she was really purple, and told me it was normal. So anyways, Chloe came out and she was purple, my poor baby, and they took her and they cleaned her, and she started crying, like crying, you know, newborn baby cry. And I looked over and I just said, Chloe, it's okay, honey, you know. And she stopped crying, and I just remember that because that was so sweet. That was so sweet. I'm gonna cry. That was so sweet. It's just that first moment when you become a mom, you automatically get protective, and I'm just, my surroundings, like I'm just aware like where she's at, you know. So as soon as she came out, I'm just like, where's my baby? You know, they clean her up and then they bring her to me, and they put the baby on your chest because they want you to have skin to skin contact. It's very important for you to build that bond right out of the womb. So it was the sweetest moment ever. I'm gonna cry. But it was so sweet. I'll always remember that. One, because I have a video of it that I did not give permission for my boyfriend to film, but he did anyways. And for two, it's because it's just stuck in my head. That first moment you see your baby, you're gonna always remember that moment. Sorry if you hear like in the background, it's Kalia because she's still breastfeeding. Which is another topic. I breastfed Chloe for 19 months. As soon as they brought Chloe to me, my original doctor showed up. My original OBGYN showed up, just in time, you know, and I love him, he's awesome and stuff, but he showed up and he was like, are you okay? And he, you know, checked whatever, and my replacement doctor, Dr. Unknown, left. Thank you for your services. She left. I hate to be rude, but she was just, you could tell that she was stalling time. Like, she didn't want to be there. She didn't want to be in this position. Like, she had somewhere better to go. Like, she had like a dinner she was missing out on. Like, I don't know. But I just got rubbed the wrong way with her. So I was kind of glad she left as soon as my real doctor got there. But I thanked her. I mean, honestly, the nurses did all the work. She obviously helped, but the nurses did majority of the work. They were the sweetest. But anyways, he got there and he checked me out, make sure I was okay, took out my placenta and all that, and then he was like, oh no, you have a tear, you have a 3rd-degree tear. And I was like, okay, it's fine. Like, it was such a euphoric moment that I really didn't feel the pain, or I didn't really care, because like, my baby's here. This whole time I was waiting for her to be here, she's here. So anything else just didn't really matter at the moment. he had to stitch me up or whatever, and I guess it's kind of common for that to happen. That was basically Chloe's my birth story for Chloe. The first night she basically was with the nurses because her breathing and her heart wasn't normal, so they don't want to release her basically to me until everything checks out okay. So she ended up being okay, and we took her home. I think we left like 2 days later, and honestly, even though it was a traumatic experience, it was an experience, and I don't regret how it went because I learned from it. The only thing I do wish I did though was take like a Lamaze class, some kind of preparation class for giving birth, because you really don't know. Like, you watch YouTube videos and that's great and all, but actually taking the class and being around other pregnant women, advice from a doula or a midwife or anything like that, I think really helps, because they teach you how to breathe, how to stay calm, stress free. With my second baby, with Kalia, it was a lot more calming. It was a calm experience compared to Chloe's traumatic event that happened. Like, I had inconsistent contractions. I didn't know if it was true labor, real labor, but I went in anyways. So I tried to labor as much as I could at home, and as soon as I couldn't take it any longer, I went into the hospital. This time around, the difference was, I had my daughter, and she was already 2 years old. So I kind of wanted her around this time, with her sister, to get to experience a sibling, a baby coming into the world. When we got there, it wasn't the ideal situation. It wasn't the ideal place for her. So my mom actually saved the day, and she was like, I'll take Chloe, I'll take her home. She's tired, and she was right. She took her home. I feel so bad. I really wanted my mom there, but at the time, Chloe, she was rough to deal with. She didn't really like sleeping with just anybody. It was like me or her Nona, my mom. So home. So my mom, my dad wasn't there for Kalia's birth, and I wish they were, but they weren't there. They took Chloe with them. They went back home. I got checked in. I did the epidural again. And you know what? I thought, because I went through my experience with Chloe, that I didn't need the Lamaze classes. No. I feel like even experienced moms, even second-time moms, third-time moms, I feel like you need to take that class once. And if I get pregnant again, I will take the Lamaze class, because with me laboring, I didn't, my breathing was just all over the place. I didn't know how to relax. Even though my experience with Kalia was a lot better than Chloe as far as the environment, the stress, it wasn't as stressed. I wasn't as stressed because I kind of knew what was going to happen. I think that I took comfort in knowing that, but I still would recommend on my third child, if I were to do it, if I were to have another child, I would definitely recommend go to a Lamaze class this time around. I was only in the hospital for 5 hours, and then I gave birth. So I gave birth 12 o'clock. I don't remember the exact time. I know it's probably horrible for some moms not remember the exact time when you gave birth, but it was midnight, 12 something, on the 14th of January 2019. And it was so fast. It was within 10 minutes. So I pushed, like, this time it was definitely a better experience, especially when it came to the epidural, because I got to experience giving birth, pushing out my baby while I was drugged up, basically, while I had an epidural in me. I had medicine in me, which is a whole different experience from Chloe because my epidural ran out and I just had to go through all the pain. But this time around I could give birth, and I felt what it felt like to give birth while you're calm because of the epidural. A lot of people can talk about, you know, epidural, you should try and go natural, it's not good for you. And you know, honestly, it depends on the person. If you can't do it by yourself, definitely go get the epidural. When Kalia came out, my second baby, when she came out, her blood sugar was kind of low. So as soon as she came out, they cleaned her up and they checked, you know, all her vitals or whatever. They had to give her a bottle of formula right off the bat. And I was worried because I was thinking, oh no, she's not gonna want to take booby, you know, she's not gonna want to breastfeed and get those nutrients from me, you know. So, but luckily she latched on great. They both latched on great, and I never had an issue with that. And actually I had an issue with them unlatching. So Chloe, like I said earlier, she breastfed for 19 months, and the only reason why I stopped breastfeeding was because I found out I was pregnant with Kalia, with my second. So yeah, that was my birth story. I am enjoying making YouTube videos. It's giving me a lot of, it's allowing me to be creative in a different way, you know. I really appreciate everyone watching my video. I don't know if I'm the most interesting person, but I appreciate you watching me. Like, I feel like I have a lot to say. Stay tuned. You know, I have so many ideas of different videos. If you guys have an idea of what video I should do or what you would like to see, go ahead and comment below, and you know, I'll definitely take that into consideration. But thanks for sitting with me. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. It's probably gonna be like an hour, but if it is, I'm sorry. But also thank you for staying and watching and listening to me and getting to experience my story with giving birth to my two beautiful angels. And I'm sure everybody thinks their kids are angels. Not all the time, but at this moment they are my angels. But anyways, thank you guys so much. Stick around for more videos and take care. Aloha. Bye. Mwah.